Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly Q&A. Sorry guys, I missed a part, but I'll at least get 2. I'll try for 3 out before the airing of The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 6, Consumed. Yeah, so been doing quite a few videos this week, starting to do predictions leading up to the mid-season finale, because it looks like it should be a good one this year. Should be a doozy. I mean, they're always good. The Walking Dead does a great job with the mid-season finales. Sometimes they're even better than the actual season finales. Like if you look at, I'd say for, Too Far Gone Season 4, that's applicable. For Season 3, some people might like the mid-season finale more than the actual finale. And for Season 2, Pretty Much Dead Already was an amazing episode as well too. So they're always awesome at mid-season. The mid-season finales have always been good. So yeah, I'm going to definitely do these 2 Q&As minimum. I've got about 30 questions that I got from you guys, really good questions, and just been busy with the other stuff, haven't had time to get to it. So I intend to try to in this video, and probably one tomorrow, probably set one up for tomorrow for you guys, even though I do have some other videos coming as well too. So maybe do 2 a day on the weekend, and then there's the Evil Dead one, so that counts as an additional one on Saturday. So yeah, so in this one, start off with your guys' questions. Spoiler warning if anyone hasn't seen The Walking Dead up to date. You guys know I say it every time. just in case you haven't seen episode 5, we're talking about stuff that happened there, and we're predicting stuff for episode 6, and I'm going to be answering your guys' questions. So that said, first question comes from Jeremy Dyer. Guy asks great questions. Thanks for all your support, Jeremy, and for sticking with the channel for so long. His first question is, in Slabtown, Noah said that he and his dad were looking for his uncle. Do you think that his uncle could be Morgan? Yeah, this is one not just from him, though. I don't want to give him all the credit, because there are other people that have asked this question for me as well, too. And I kind of always think of it this way in The Walking Dead. Any kind of family ties or any kind of previous relationships they can build in the series, I think are just fantastic. I think they should do it. If you guys saw my video discussing whether or not I think Dawn was part of Rick's police training or police unit when they were training when they were younger, there's a picture. I did a whole video on it from one of the webisodes and gave my thoughts on that. And check it out in the channel if you want to see it. It's in the channel. You'll be able to find it. Did it like a couple weeks ago. But yeah, anytime they can kind of tie in characters to knowing each other better, previous to the zombie apocalypse, or anytime we get any kind of tie-ins like that, it adds a lot of emotional weight to the situation, and especially when you get to character deaths and stuff, right? With Bob, they did it with Sasha. With Herschel, he had his kids and everything, and Rick and everybody else who cared about him. When you have other people in the show, other characters in the show that care about others, so they either, have learned to care about them after the zombie apocalypse, or even better, they knew them prior, like Daryl and Merle being brothers, of course, relation, anything like that. It just adds weight to that relationship, and it makes us care about the character even more than if the character's killed off or something happens. Makes it even more sad, makes it even more impactful, and also can be great with just regards to, the bonding, getting to see them being happy together if they are successful in the zombie apocalypse, surviving for a while. It's great. So I would really like to see, because we don't really know what they're doing with this Noah character. So if they were to go that route, him being Morgan's nephew, I think that would be perfect. I think they should go that route. That's a great idea. And whether or not he is, I mean, there's no evidence yet to say it, aside from the fact that they look alike? Well, I mean, actually, a little bit, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say they entirely look alike, but they're fairly close, I guess. Close enough for me to buy it in terms of the actors. I don't know if Lenny James looks that much like the kid from Everybody Loves, but if you're an uncle anyway, you wouldn't look exactly the same anyway. So I think it's a great idea. I think they should go ahead with that, definitely. Yeah, I would like to see that. Whether or not he is, there's not enough for us to say right now. We'd have to say no until we see something. But it would make a lot of sense, because Morgan's out there looking around, doing stuff, so, and it would give Morgan a reason to want to live, and they may want to expand on Morgan quite a bit in the TV series. Because in the comic book series, Morgan was not that great of a character. He really wasn't. So in the TV series, I like to see them do like a Shane thing with Morgan where he gets like twice as much time, like a whole extra season or something like that, like even more, just double the time that he's in there. I would like to see that for sure. So great question. Thanks, Jeremy. Next one's from the 210 Venture, and he or she says, "Hey, Trev, brutal question to ask for a Q&A, but not sure if you'll take it seriously. If there was a kid, i.e. 12, 13, 14, who posed a threat to the group, do you think Rick could put him or her down?" Yeah, that is kind of a brutal question. Well, he put down Zombie Sophia, but maybe you're referring to, and she was around that age, I think maybe even younger. I think you're referring to someone who was actually a threat to the group. Well, I mean, we kind of saw that with Randall, didn't we, in season 2? Now, so your question kind of becomes, would Rick handle the situation differently, knowing what he knows now versus what he knew then? I think he would. Knowing what he knows now, after meeting the people of Terminus, Joe's group, and the governor's group, and the governor's second group that attacked them again, I would definitely say that he would handle the situation differently. Would he put him down himself? I think he might order it to be done, or he may have to do it because, other groups, especially if they run out of resources, they're going to be so hungry and stuff that they become a threat very quickly, right? So I think he understands that now. I think he's kind of evolved to that point. And, Shane kind of knew that back in season 2. He was a bit ahead of his time with the Randall situation. But, yeah, that's kind of similar to the Randall situation. I would say I think now Rick would handle it differently, yes. However, that situation, too, really, Dale was kind of the one who talked him into keeping him when he kind of already had made up his mind. So that was kind of a Dale influence as well, too. Next question is, what do you think would have happened if Daryl was with Beth when Officer Gorman pulled up? Noah said that they only take weak people who won't fight back. Yeah, so it's a good question. So if Daryl was actually there when they pulled up and they saw him there, I don't think they would have engaged, because I figure with them, they're not the type of characters that really want to, fight with anyone. I think they're kind of cowardly, to tell you the truth. However, they did have firearms, but Daryl would have had his crossbow, of course. And I think for the most part, they probably would have steered clear if Daryl was there. But, you never know, too. Gorman was obviously quite the aggressive person. I mean, you could see it comes across as basically a rapist, that kind of thing. So who knows? I mean, and he may have had a partner with him. They may have had firearms as well, too. And they were protected by the car. So who knows? But I would say they probably would have steered clear, is my guess. Next one's from Northern Girly 08, and she asks, "Hi, Trev. What are your thoughts on this scenario happening? Do you think that Morgan could arrive at the church while Rick and some of the group are away trying to rescue Beth and Carol? I would love to see Rick's face on his return if Morgan was there." That's a great question because, Morgan, of course, was in the premiere, but he arrives there months after. So has it been enough time? Has enough time passed for Morgan to find Rick's group? I say not yet, no. However, they could go with something like that, but I tend to think that at this pacing, we may not see Morgan until the second half, until after the events of this whole thing with the hospital play out. However, I'd like to see him get his whole own episode. I don't know if they're willing to do that, if Lenny James is going to do that, or if he's even going to show up again this season. Wouldn't that be weird if he didn't even come back at all this season? I think that'd be strange. I'm assuming we're going to see him at some point in the second half of the season. I don't think we'll see him before the break, and I'd like to see him get his whole own episode. But so I don't think Rick and the others will be at the church by the time he gets there, unless they go back there to stay for a while before they head out to the Alexandria safe zone or something. But I'd like to see Morgan get his entirely own episode, just to kind of, just to get a sense of what's been going on with him. Because I really like Clear when we just got to see what's been happening with him, because we care about the character. He's been there since the beginning. I felt like Lenny James' acting was amazing. The whole thing with his wife and his son was just tragic. It kind of makes you think of like Rick, but he's alone. He doesn't have a group. He maybe isn't as great of a survivor at the beginning as Rick, and he actually loses his wife very quickly, and then of course loses his son because he fails to put his wife down. It's just a tragic story, a tragic character, and I can't wait to see more of Lenny James's Morgan. The more, the better. Hopefully he comes as soon as possible, but I don't think it's going to be right away based on the timing of that time skip with the sign. You guys remember the plant growth. So it is what it is. I hope he comes as soon as possible. Next one's from Luke Rogers. And Luke says, hey, Trev, I was watching The Walking Dead Episode 3, Four Walls and a Roof, and I noticed on the map Abraham gave Rick the destination is Alexandria. What are your thoughts? Well, we're going to see it. We know that it was in construction. There's kind of spoilers out there about that. So I'm sure we're going to see it second half of this season probably. Now, they do kind of say, even though The Walking Dead strays off the path, they always go down eventually the same direction with regards to locations and things like that. Now, Terminus was new. That was added on. This place with Dawn, that's new. The church was in the comic book series, and Alexandria was, and the prison was. So we know they're going to get there. It's just, how they end up doing it, whether Noah tells them to go there or it's on the map and Rick just winds up there. Who knows? And then Abraham's group misses them and then has to go and try to catch them or something. I could see something like that happening. That makes a lot of sense, I think. So, but yeah, eventually they're going to get there one way or another. It's part of the story. So they're going to be faithful to the comic books and yet introduce new concepts at the same time. Next one's from Beaker. And he says, as far as I understand from the letters in The Walking Dead issue 134, they are doing a weekly comic in 2015. Thoughts? I looked up that comment, or that one, because I have the issue right here, right there. And, it seemed to me that was a joke, so I don't think they're releasing weekly. I think Kirkman was just making fun because I don't think Charlie, the artist, Charlie Adler, I don't think he can do that many. I don't think so. There's also another one in there when someone calls the Whisperers Leatherface Gang. Kirkman says, we're not gonna call them the Leatherface Gang, okay? And I have to say that, well, I don't care, okay? I came up with the idea of Leatherfaces, the Leatherface, because I had to make up a name for them because I had to know what to say in the review in terms of what I was going to call them. And they, it's my nickname for the Whisperers, and I'm sticking with it. I'm calling them the Leatherface Group. Now, not necessarily gang, but the Leatherface Group. So I don't care what Kirkman says. They're called the Leatherfaces. I don't care, at least with regards to me. And even when the Walking Dead TV series gets there, I'm still calling them the Leatherfaces. It's funny that people watch what it's possible that they thought of the same name for themselves, or it's possible they saw the review and then wrote in the Leather Hacks or whatever. So regardless, it's funny, and I'm still calling them the Leatherfaces. I don't care what Kirkman says. Too bad. It's too late now. I've already started. That's a Walking Dead comic book series thing for you who just watched the TV series. Next one's from Ott0904, and he says, I think it's a he, it could be a she. Hey, Trev, last episode came across a large herd of walkers, and Abraham was thinking about going through it with a truck. How would you go through a herd if you had to? Kind regards, Kevin from the Netherlands. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Your username threw me through a loop. Okay, so it's a guy. It's Kevin. Okay, from the Netherlands. Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you for watching all the way from the Netherlands. Yeah, cool. It always amazes me what different countries people watch it and stuff. It's just crazy. So with regards, so how would I personally go through a herd like that if I had to? Really easily, once you read The Walking Dead, you got the hacks, man. You got the code, you got the hacks. You got to do what these guys do. That's what you have to do. It's the easiest thing in the world. You have to kill some zombies. You have to skin them. You can wait a little while till the blood dries and everything because you don't want to get, blood transfer. But what you got to do is you got to do that. Then you have to wear the zombie flesh, wear the zombie clothes, maybe take some dead hair and put it all over your hair to cover yourself up. And then you can just walk right through. The zombies won't know the difference. There you go. Pretty easy, right? That's it. If you know what to do, if you think about it, they won't know any different, right? It's kind of the guts trick, but we're just taking it to a level further because we're going to actually straight up Leatherfaces wear their flesh. Gross, I know. However, probably the safest way to travel in a zombie apocalypse. Become a zombie. That's right. Okay, next question is from To Entertain. He or she asks, Who will go to war with Rick, and will they succeed against Don's group? Your thoughts. Okay. Well, of course they're going to succeed. They're our heroes. They have to win, even if it's Terminus or wherever it is, and Rick can promise he's going to kill him. He's got plot armor, man. I mean, he knows he's going to kill him because he's like, you're stupid. I'm the main character, so no matter what happens, I'm gonna kill you, right? And he does. So he's got plot armor. So of course they're gonna win against Don's group. But I think that they will. I think they will succeed, but I think they're gonna lose a member in the process. That's what I'm predicting. And it should be very interesting. It should be very fun, and there should be a lot of zombies in Atlanta, so it should be pretty packed. I'm interested to see what kind of strategy they can come up with, how they're going to sneak in, how they're going to get in, this kind of thing. Are they going to climb in a window or something? Or are they going to? I don't know. I mean, it should be pretty interesting. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. It should be fun to see them assault a place. Compared to what we've been used to, which is the opposite, where someone's attacking them, or they're trapped and they have to attack and then get out, this kind of thing. This is the first time we're going to see somebody or them go on a rescue mission and attacks another group like that. It's different, so it's pretty cool. Number 2 is, has Rick forgotten about Morgan? Your thoughts? No, I don't think that he has. I mean, that's like the first, he's met a lot of characters throughout the zombie apocalypse, but you never forget like the first guy who told you about zombies. You never forget like that first person that let you know what was going on, and probably saved his life, to tell you the truth at the beginning, because Rick didn't know what was happening, and Morgan gave him the gift of knowledge to explain what was happening so that he could understand, and so that he could get started, rather than that initial not understanding what's happening. Life is normal, everything is regular, right? Where you say hi to your neighbors and stuff, and you don't know any different. And Morgan just really helped him out. So I don't think he'll ever forget Morgan. Plus, he went back to visit him in season 3, of course, with Clear. So yeah, I don't think he ever would. No, I don't see that. So anyway, I'll call it here for this one. Maybe I'll get 3 done. I'll try. And if I do, I might post another one later today, maybe 2 tomorrow. I guess we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys thought about all these different questions, answers. How would you feel about mainly my, biggest one right now? A lot of people have asked us about Noah and his uncle possibly being Morgan. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about all these other questions we've gone over here, and stay tuned for the other 2. I'm going to try to do 3 and see how it goes. Now, since I got this one done, I'm feeling pretty good. Ready to go. Making videos. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all that, and if you like the video, please do me a favor. As always, help prevent the trolling, help prevent flagging, and thumb the video up. Please share it, please favorite it. Also helps prevent this kind of nonsense. Want the videos to stay, want to be here for you guys, and producing daily Walking Dead videos. In order to do that, please do your part. Please thumb it up, please share it, please favorite it. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. See you for the next Q&A, part 2, coming soon to a YouTube near you. As always, it's Trev, saying peace.